How are you, my friends? This is part 4 and the last part, presenting the solution of the questions 37 to 50 from these 50 old exams review questions for the algebra course, lectures 13 to 23. So this is the last part. Question 37, if you look at the equation, we need to write it as x minus m squared is equal to n, and then find m times n. So x plus 3 over x is equal to 0. That's a quadratic equation, by the way. You multiply the whole equation by x, you complete this square. So this becomes x squared, 3x, take 3 on the other side. See, 3x now, this is the coefficient of the leading coefficient should be 1. It's already 1. I take 3 divide by 2, square it, so 9 over 4. So I add 9 over 4, 9 over 4. Then this will be perfect squared, so x plus 3 over 2 squared. Here multiply by 4, so minus 12 plus 9, minus 3 over 4. See, in the question here, we need what? We need in the question x minus m. So there is a minus here. See the m after the minus. Be careful here, please. I have x plus 3 over 2. So I put x minus. See this plus, I make it 2 minuses. That's the trick. So I put x minus, another minus inside. This is the m. And the n outside also the minus. See, when you multiply, you get 9 over 8. M times n, positive number. When you multiply, both are negative numbers. Check it, please. Find the point on the x-axis that's equidistant from the points minus 2, 3 and minus 1, 8. So point on the x-axis, how do you imagine that? Point on the x-axis. Y should be 0, right? Yeah, y should be 0. So let's call this point x. See, x. The value w or something, y or m or k. So x is a point on the x-axis, so w comma 0, because y is 0. Say equidistant means same distance from a and b. So we have ax, you see the distance ax, and then bx. The distances are equal. That's the formula now here. The yellow is the formula. So we have a minus 2, 3, and x is w0. So find w x2 minus x1. So this is x2 minus x1. And then y2 minus y1. So 0 minus 3. This one again, y plus 1 squared. 0 minus 8 squared. Square both sides. Simplify everything. Expand here w squared plus 4w plus 4. This one w squared plus 2w plus 1. This is 64. This is 9. Square both sides. Simplify. And then you will get w is equal to 26. So 26 comma 0 is the point that you need on the x-axis, very far. This point, if you find the distance from this point to A, same as distance from this point to B. Solve the rational equation. That's easy. Why easy? Because we have equal. Equal means we are safe. Easy equation, find the LCD. Also, the LCD is very simple, w minus 1. Multiply everything by w minus 1. So becomes no fractions here. See, 2w is equal to 5w minus 5 plus 2. Find w will be 1. Remember, anytime you have equation with variable in the denominator, we cannot stop here and say w is equal to 1. You have to check. Now let's look at question number 40. It's a nice question, you will see why. Find the value of d if the point d minus 3, 8 is on the line passing through the points minus 2, minus 10, 2 and 30. Well, if you can understand the question from the first time, it's good. If not, maybe read it again and try to sketch it. So we have a point d minus 3, 8. That's a point on the line passing through these points. So I will present here two methods. Method number 1 here. I will call the point that we have h, d minus 3, 8. on the line. Then I will call the other points A and B. Now we use the idea of slope here in method number 1. 3 points on the same line. If this point on the line, these are on the line, all on the line. So I can take HA, find the slope. Then I can take AB, find the slope, and they are equal. That's the formula for the slope. So 8, H and A, 8 minus 10. D minus 3 minus 2. That's the slope of HA. The slope of AB, 30 minus 10, 2 minus 2. So easily now you can figure out the equation. This is 18, D minus 1 is equal 40 over 4 is 10. Cross multiply these two. So 10D minus 10 is equal 18. Cross multiply this one and this one. And then D will be 14 over 5. Method number 2, since this point here, D minus 3, 8 is on the line, I can find the equation of the line passing through A and B. So I find the slope of only A and B. It will be 10, as we found it here. See, it will be 10 here. Slope is 10. Then I can find the equation of the line passing through AB. I can take this point, 230, y minus 30, slope is 10. That's the equation of the line here, x minus 2. So y will be 10x plus 10. That's the equation of the line. Now this point on the line, that means the coordinates of the point, which is x and y here, it will satisfy this equation. So y, I can put 8. There is a 10 here. X, I can put D minus 3 in the x plus the 10, this 10 here. When you simplify this equation, 10D minus 30, so it will be D equals 14 over 5, same answer. Find the sum of all the solutions of this equation. This is a nice equation here. So for sure we have to do what? Rearrange it and then find all the solutions. Now, expand the first one here, x minus 1 squared by the formula, x squared minus 2x plus 1. And here we multiply 10x 50, 4x plus 4. Simplify everything until you get this one here. Minus 2x squared plus 10x. You can check these numbers, please. You can check these numbers. This will be canceled. So this is a 10x equals 0. Now we can divide by minus 2 to make it simple. Or you can factor x out. You can divide by minus 2, it's easier. So x squared minus 5x is equal to 0. Now we can, quadratic equation, factor x out if we have 0 here. If we don't have 0, then you bring the number there, use quadratic formula. So x will be 0 or x will be 5. So we have two solutions. If we say find the sum, we add 0 plus 5. So the sum is 5. Find the product of all the solutions of this power equation. See, power equation here, we have 4 over 3 in the power. So the power is 4 even, and this is the index because 1 over 3, this is like cube root of 2x minus 2. So we can expect here two solutions because the power here is even. So let's take 16 on the other side. And then cube both sides, you see, cube it. So this cube will go, we have only 2x minus 2 power 4 is equal to 16 cubed. Now I need something power 4. Look at the trick here. 16 cubed, I can change it to something power 4 because this is power 4. So 16 cubed, 16 is 2 power 4, all power 3. I can switch the power here. Because 2 power 4 power 3 same as 2 power 3 all power 4. So this is 8 power 4 now. That's easy to figure out. Now this is the formula. If x to the power n, that's a power equation, equals a, then x will be plus or minus the nth root of a. N is even here, the index, and a should be positive. So 8 power 4, this is all the a. So it will be 4th root of 8 power 4. So plus or minus 8. Take 2 on the other side. And then you can add, see if you take a 2, it will be 2 plus or minus 8. So 10 or minus 6. This is 2x. Divide by 2, x will be 5 or minus 3. So when you multiply the solutions, you get 5 and minus 3. The product is minus 15. 43. Easy. Just a midpoint here. If the point minus 2, 5 is the midpoint of this and this, find 3xy. So you can sketch it so easy. This is a point, let's say A. This is a point B. That's in the middle here. So this is like M. Apply the formula on A and B, and then make an equation to find 1 time x to find 1 time y. So let's find the midpoint between A and B. I call them A and B. You can call them anything you like. This is capital M, the midpoint. So this is the midpoint formula, and this is x plus 1. This is 2 minus 4x over 2, and this is 3 minus 2y, 1 minus 1. Just be careful, guys, about the signs. So this is 3 minus 3x over 2, and this is 4 minus 3y over 2. Now this is the midpoint. So this one here, the first x is equal to minus 2. You see, I make an equation. Then x will be 7 over 3. Take the y here, 4 minus 3y over 2 is equal to this 5. See? So make an equation, y will be minus 2. Multiply now. We need in the answer 3xy. Look at the question. We need 3xy. So there is a 3, and there is x, and there is y. Altogether, minus 14. Now, complex number again, it might be the part on the numerator. You have to be careful. See, when you have a square outside, you have to remember the formula, perfect square. This is all a, see this one, or x. This is all a minus, this is all b squared. Now let's look at the solution. Here we have to simplify inside, as I mentioned, square root of 40. So take 2 out, because 2 times 4 times 10. Take 2 out, square root of 10. I cubed is minus I. Minus, we leave it here. Square root of minus 5, this is a complex number, square root of 5i, as we have seen before. Square root of minus 2 is square root of 2i. Remember, big mistake if you multiply here square root of 10. That's big mistake. This will be applied for real numbers, because here we have I squared, which is minus 1. Now look here. Another thing to be careful about. I is I squared minus 1, with this minus plus 1. See? So that's square root of 10. I will put it here at the beginning. So this one here, second term, I will put it here. See, now we have minus 2 square root of 10i. Now I can apply the formula a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Now when you go slowly, please here, try to check it, please. You can pause the video. Try to check these numbers. Then you get minus 30 minus 40i over I plus 1. I plus 1 is coming from I power 4 is 1. I power 5 is I. Now we need to multiply here by the conjugate. 1 minus I, 1 minus I. That's the formula here, STS, sum of two squares, 1 squared plus 1 squared. And then this is minus 30 minus plus 30i minus 40i minus 40, because this is plus 40i squared. So everything you get minus 35 minus 5i. What do we need? P over Q. So P now is this number here, the real part, minus 35. Q is the imaginary part. So the answer will be 7. Now let's find here the sum of all the solutions of this power equation. Now we have seen before similar power equation. We found the product there. Look here, we have 5 over 3. 5 is the power, so that's odd. And this is the index here. So we can expect one solution. Now let's rearrange the equation here. Take minus 64 on the other side, divide by 2. So minus 32, I can write it as minus 2 to the power 5. Okay, let's cube both sides. So this is all cubed. See this one, the equation? Minus 2 power 5, all cubed. Now, this is all cubed. This will go cancel. So we have 4x plus 6 all to the power 5 minus 2 to the power. We can switch the power here, you see, because I need power 5. So minus 2 cubed is minus 8 to the power 5. This is odd, so there is no plus or minus. So 4x plus 6 will be the fifth root of minus 8 to the power 5, which is only the negative number, because this index is odd. If this index is even, we put absolute value on the minus 8. So take this minus 14 over 4. So we have one solution. If we say find the sum, it is the only solution. Now let's go back here to the circles. We have seen some circles, very simple, nice, easy. Given the equation of a circle, let's call the center HK, the radius R. I think it's so easy, this question. But we have to do two things, actually. X squared over 2 minus 8 half y squared. See, this one is the same, x squared over 2 something, or half y squared. That's the same idea, just different way of writing. The circle, to find the center, we need to complete the square, and we have to have the leading coefficient of x squared and y squared should be 1. So we multiply by 2 first. So let's multiply the whole equation by 2. Now we have x squared minus 16 y squared multiplied by 2 minus 14y, 29 is equal to 0. Here we see there is no x, you see? That's a trick here, I put 16. That's a constant. So there is no x. So I take 16 on the other side. Okay. Now, x squared, there is no x, so I put x minus 0 squared. So that's the h. It is only a 0. Y squared, 14, divide by 2, 7 squared, 49, 49 on each side. Take 29 with the minus on the other side. Remember, the 16 becomes here plus. So altogether here becomes 36. So now look at the center here, 0 and 7. 0 minus 0 is the same, 0 and 7. The radius is 6. And let's add h, k, and r. 0, 7, 6 is 13 is the answer. Let's look now at question number 47. If y equals 21 over 11 is a solution of this equation, find the value of b. That's so easy. If we say this is a solution, that means it will satisfy the equation. So y equals 21 over 11 will be replaced in the y. But since we see here fractions and all this, it's a good idea, a nice idea, that you simplify the equation first. So what can we do? We look at the denominators, we see the LCD is 12. So let's multiply everything in the equation by 12. You see here 12, 12, 12, and 12. Every term. So now we get 8y there because 12 divided by 3, 4. That times 2 is 8y, 6y, minus 6b. 3 in the bracket you have y plus 1. Now simplify more. This is 14 minus 6b, 3y plus 3. Now we have 11y minus 3 is equal to 6b. Just substitute now the y here. See the 11 now? So nice. 11 times 21 over 11. This will be cancelled. Minus 3 is equal to 6b. So b will be 3. Very nice question. Number 48. We have 5 minus square root of 10 divided by 8th root of 3 minus square root of 10 to the power 8. This one is equal m plus n square root of 10. This is like an exam type. So you take the left side only, don't touch the right side. Take the left side, do whatever you want to do, simplify, absolute value, rationalize, radicals, until you reach something here like this. Then you take m, you take n, and then you add. Let's see, there are maybe 2, 3 ideas here. So let's leave 5 minus square root of 10. Here we have the index here is even. So we have to put absolute value of 3 minus square root of 10 because this power is the same as the index, remember. Now the absolute value, we have to check, is this number positive or negative? That's a negative number. Because if you square this, this is 9. If you square this is 10. So this is bigger and there is a minus. So you have to put a minus outside according to absolute value definition. So this will be minus. Now when you put the minus inside, it becomes square root of 10 minus 3. Now you multiply by the conjugate here. So it will be 10 minus 3, which is 1 already there down. Just multiply by FOIL here. 5 square root of 10 plus the 15 minus the 10 here minus 3 square root of 10. You can add, let's see, add. 15 minus 10 is 5. 5 square root of 10 is 2. So this is m, this is n. So when you say find m plus n, 7. Now question 49, given the equation x squared minus xy plus 7y is equal 100, find the distance between the x-intercepts. Straightforward, the equation is nice. We need x-intercept. Usually we have two x-intercepts in this one here. Find the distance between them. You know, I think, to find the x-intercept, let y equal 0. Put here 0, here 0, directly you get x squared is equal 100. So that's a power equation, or we can call it quadratic also. So x will be 10 or minus 10. So the x-intercepts are 10, 0, minus 10, 0. Now you have 2 points. To find the distance, we have 2 methods. Method number 2 here is more general, x2 minus x1 squared, y2 minus y1 squared. This will apply to all points if you find the distance between 2 points. Just put x1, y1, x2, y2, you can apply it. Distance is 20. This one, method number 1, special case, if these 2 points on a horizontal line or a vertical line. So this is a distance, a, absolute value a minus b. So just take 10. This is a 10 minus 10. Or you can take, this is a minus 10 minus another 10. So when you find the absolute value here, it will be the same number, 20. So the distance is 20. So easy. 50. Simplify the expression. All this expression, remember this is not an equation, it's an expression. You have to work here with the power negatives. The big mistake students can do if they distribute here the power, completely wrong. Distribute here the power, completely wrong. You have to go inside 1 over m, inside here 1 over n, inside 1 over m squared, minus inside 1 over n squared. Then you proceed to get the answer. After that, everything will be simple. So let's work inside now. See here we have to add the fractions, 1 over m minus 1 over n. So it will be n minus m over mn, or to the power minus 2. Leave it now. Leave this division also. Until we make this one 1 fraction, this one 1 fraction, then we can multiply by the reciprocal. Now the second part here, second bracket, it will be n squared minus m squared over m squared n squared. Now, if you have a power minus 1 here, this is easy. Minus 1, we just invert the fraction, see? M squared, n squared up, n squared minus m squared down. Just invert it. This is a minus 2. We invert and square. So this mn is up, will be squared and squared. N minus m down here will be squared all. Now we take this division, change it into multiplication, and multiply here by the reciprocal. So n squared minus m squared up, we factor it, and this is down. See, this is all cancelled, and we have n minus m, one of them. See, the final answer, n plus m over n minus m. That's the simple answer for this number 50. Thank you for watching. Now we have finished 4 parts for these all the exams review questions. I hope you get all the benefit. If you like these videos, you can subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you very much for listening, and see you later. Thank you. Bye.